Hi folks, I'm Richard Friedman, and welcome to my cartoon video for January 28th, 2025. Knocking off January, folks. Here we go with my latest cartoon here. We have here President Trump's fantasy meeting with his new Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, here in front of the Pentagon. Here's the Pentagon. And this is over what to do with retired General Mark Milley's portrait that was taken down very fast or very soon after President Trump was sworn into office. That was the thing. It was like President Trump found out that President Biden left his dog, his German Shepherd dog, Commander, in the Oval Office, and it was roaming around the office there. Commander was in the Oval Office, and Commander had a reputation for biting people, so they had to take him out of there. So it was like President Trump found out, Commander is in the Oval Office. We got to get him out of here. That's the way he did with retired General Mark Milley's picture in a prestigious hall in the Pentagon. You see? So that was it here. Here's General Mark Milley. That's his photo. And they're wondering, and this is a fantasy meeting now, and saying, what do we do with General retired? If the media finds out that we put it in the garbage can, well, it ain't going to be good. And if we put it somewhere up where people can still see it and salute the general and a lot of that wouldn't be good either. So what the heck do we do with a portrait of retired General Mark Milley? So that's what this is all about here. You see? You see? So I'm going to read the introduction to you right now here, and you could just so you get the facts here. President Donald Trump's fantasy meeting with his Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, over where to put retired General Mark Milley's portrait as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Retired General Mark Milley's portrait as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. This he was under President Trump. Given by 2 p.m. on the Monday of Trump's inauguration, reporters inside the Pentagon noticed that it had been removed from the prestigious hallway that displays paintings of past Joint Chiefs. Given Milley had been a frequent critic of he frequently criticized President Trump. And Trump, in the final months of his administration, had accused Milley of being a traitor over his calls to his Chinese counterparts, and wrote in the post on his Truth Social site, Trump wrote this on his Truth Social, quote, "This is an act so egregious that in times gone by, the punishment would have been death." That's what he said, word for word. And their differences on U.S. foreign policy, e.g., Milley believes the Syria mission serves the security of the U.S., because we had a lot of problems there with ISIS in Syria, and that was Milley's main concern over the regrouping of ISIS and its mushrooming again, and he was concerned about that, and so that's Milley's concern, that the risk he admits there's a risk there for our troops and everything, but he says he strongly feels that the risk is worth taking for the security of the United States, and that was Milley's relatively exact words. Okay, and in December 2024, that was when Donald Trump was president-elect, he said, "Syria is, quote, not our fight." So there was a difference in foreign policy, right up to the very, you could say, right from the, right up to present time when he was president-elect and about to assume the presidency. So there he goes, and he's in the presidency, and he's saying, Mark Milley's picture's still there, in that prestigious hallway in the Pentagon. That's the first thing I got to get rid of, boy. I want to get that out of here. So there he was, and there is Mark Milley here, and he's standing outside. What do we do with this portrait? What do we do with this damn portrait, Pete? I don't know what we're going to do with it. There he is. There's Mark Milley. There's Pete Hegseth here. And there's President Donald Trump standing by the American flag. Okay. There it is. You got the insignia of the Defense Department. President Trump's insignia there. And there. This is a fantasy meeting taking place. Trump is thinking to himself, what the heck do we do with this portrait, this painting of Mark Milley? Okay, now here goes the cartoon. All right. Now, Trump says to Pete, what do we do with this portrait of Milley? And Pete here he is, and Pete responds, Mr. President, let's send him to our closed U.S. embassy in Syria's capital. They closed the Syria. It was too dangerous there to have our embassy there and opened it. So it's our embassy there in Syria is closed. So let's put him in our closed embassy in Syria. Under the American flag somewhere. And so President Trump now retorts to Pete, and he says this. And he says, sounds great, Pete. Milley's portrait will be a fantastic tourist boom for Damascus. So that's going to be a big tourist boom for Damascus. I'll leave that to your imagination. Okay, folks, I want to thank you very much for watching my video this morning. God bless you. God bless America. And may God watch over our troops in Syria as well, in Syria and all over the world, and especially those in harm's way, and all of them, and those in harm's way. May God protect them. And I'll see you next time, folks. Take care and keep hanging there and keep plugging away. Take care, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.